La bobo. Mais macaroni, spaghetti, meatballs.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 13 of the Managersim Phoenix series, and this is another weekly update of what's been going on in this very good browser football game. If you're new, then welcome. Managersim is a free browser game which you can find on the web. You can go to www.managersim.net and you can follow details there. More useful ways of what to do in the game you can find out in my beginner series, which you can find on YouTube. We've done many episodes for the last couple of, well, it's about 6-7 months now since we've done them, and they've been very successful. But as always, we go back and see how this Phoenix series is going on, and we're starting the pre-season of season 2 now. This game world is still very young, but already we're seeing established sides, predictable people doing well, to be honest with you, taking their sides up into glory. And this year's going to be a bit more straightforward. I think it could be less exciting in some ways because those managers who've been who are really good, know the game really well, are already showing why they're the best managers in the game. And it does spoil the entertainment, me personally, not seeing anyone brand new winning trophies and stuff like this, because it could be someone established like that, or it could be one of their multiple accounts winning it instead. It's the same name and faces, even though all you amazing people playing this game are it's great that you're all here, but it's always great to see some new blood in this game, which is not really happening at the moment. But anyway, let's go straight to, as always, the Youth Academy Top 10. So I'll make sure I click the right button this time. There we go. We go to the Youth Academy Top 10, and out of the top 10, there is many changes. The only two teams that featured last week are in the top 10, and we've got the top 3, including my Anderlecht side, are not even in it. So we'll go back to the screen again. So we're going to 10th place, and again the ratings go from 0 to as high as they need to go. This is probably one of the closest Youth Academy rankings we've got. Like 10th is 0.293, well the leaders are 0.61, so it's only 0.3 gap in Youth Academy. So everyone is, yeah, it seems a lot of teams are doing spending a lot of money into their youth academies and trying to get some youngsters coming up and then possibly selling them and trying to get a profit. So we're going to 10th place first, and we go to Turkey, and in 10th place is Fenerbahce under Graham Brown. Graham's been at the club since June this year. He was at Shamrock Rovers in Ireland. So Fenerbahce, so we'll quickly have a look at his players. And you can see he's got some potential youth players coming in. He's got 17, 16-year-olds in there, and a lot of stamina fitness problems though, as you notice, a lot of reds and oranges. 9th place, and it's welcome back to Leeds United and Roland, who's doing the Youth Cup, which I think the Youth Cup is between Norms or Nimes, I can never pronounce them right, and Inter Milan are in the final actually. So Nimes, the reigning champions, could make it 2 years in a row in the Youth Cup. But anyway, it's Leeds United who are in the 9th place. So Roland's Leeds United doing really well. We'll just have a quick look again at his side, and he's got some good 17-year-olds like this goalie here, 17 years old. Oh no, he wasn't a youth academy player, but yeah, you can look at yourself and see what decent players he's got coming through, and he's got good youth academy as well. 8th, and this is the side we featured last week. David Oliver is doing a sort of like an experiment, putting a lot of money into a side and see what youth players are getting, and it seems to be working because he's now featured in the top 10 for the first time. I've got a feeling Harmony are going to be featured in this a lot in the next couple of weeks. But Dave is doing a really good time. You can see how many players in here are 16, 17-year-olds, and most of these players are youth players. So it's starting to work out really well for him. Yeah. Sweden, I think with Italy, are one of those areas that would do very well for youth players. It's just random though most of the time, but you can see he's got a very young side, and he has got some more 17-year-olds coming in, and he's currently 8th place, so his money must be going down quite fast. But the good thing also of putting youth players or former youth players into your side is that they don't ask for much wages yet until they get much better. But when they start getting much better, then they might start thinking they want to leave to another club, because Hammarby are a level 2 side at the moment. And also, because we're paying a lot of attention on Hammarby at the moment, a lot of those wise managers out there might start headhunting these players and making bids for them, especially if any of these players have got clauses in. I'm trying to spot some really good ones here, and there is many. So you can see that his effort in this youth academy experiment is actually starting to pay off now. In 7th place, we've got Lyon in France, and we'll just go over there. Lyon, who had a pretty reasonable first season. There you go, Olympique Lyon, full name, under Nick even. A real decent side there. You can see he's got quite a few 17-year-olds featured in this. Again, there you go. There's a youth player, former youth player. Kalsar, are you a former youth player? No, he's not. He's from Napoli. So, again, a lot of players. Oh, he's 94 striker here. Yeah, a really good striker here. And he was a former youth player as well. So you can see it's working out well there for Nick. Lyon on 0.34, Hammarby on 0.32, Leeds was 0.295, and Fenerbahce 0.293. So you can see it's really close. And now just a tiny little gap, and one of the only 2 sides that I featured from last week, Oldham Athletic, and they were 6th last week, and they're 6th this week, and they are in League One, and the season's only just started. So Hubert's Oldham side are 6th. 5th place, we go back up, still stay in England, and we go to Birmingham City, who are still in the Championship. Yes, they are. And Eric's side, so 6th place is Birmingham City. 5th place, Birmingham City with 0.422. Oldham had 0.40. In 4th place, new entry, and we'll go all the way to Armenia. First time Armenia has been featured in Ararat. And Dennis's Ariat side. Dennis has just been there since March this year, and that's the first time they actually have been mentioned. And you can see he's got loads of 16-year-olds there, a couple of 16-year-olds. He's got a large squad though, 37 players, so he's getting probably board warnings for having too many midfielders because it's over 7. He's got a lot of listed players, and he's seemed to be having the same problem as me, that they can't sell any of them. But he's got some really good 16, 17-year-olds there, and a real big academy as well. 3rd place, another new entry, and my Anderlecht side are in Belgium, but it's not Anderlecht and it's not Antwerp, it's Zulte. And Bella has just moved to Belgium to join us, which he's welcome to. And Zulte are on a 0.47. Birmingham, by the way, was 0.422, and Arsenal was 0.425, so very close now. And Zulte are on 0.47. Zulte, Bella's brought quite a few players in. They've got a really big squad of 35 players though, so they will get a defensive warning from the board at the moment, so that needs to go down, or they could be kicked out, but even before they started joining the club. But he's got some good 16, 17-year-olds there, so there could be a possibly threat to my Anderlecht and Antwerp side, but we'll wait and see. 2nd place, and the team that's returned to the Youth Academy, and it's Sandhausen, who are just being the champions of the 2nd Bundesliga. They're now top of the they're now in the Bundesliga, and Raul is going to probably find this a lot tougher, but he's got some really good players there, as you can see there. Again, 42 players. He has got problems with attack, and then if he gets one more midfield and defence, he'll get more board warning. So I'm guessing he's going to try to sell as many players as possible, which you can see by the red icon, the sell icon. But he's probably having a problem not trying to sell. You can see also he's trying to get rid of the money he's got. So he must have stored a lot of money by expanding his stadium. That's probably why he's featured in the top 10. One great way of getting into the top 20 Youth Academy list is by reducing your capital. And if you can't buy players, then start building your stadium. That does get rid of quite a bit of money. But top, and from fourth place last year, and Sandhausen, by the way, had 0.48, while Zulte had 0.47, but top was 0.61. And we go to Poland, and it's this side here. Dr. Art Milk, he's now got the World Class Academy, so he's the new number 1. And we'll have a quick look at his players. He's got a couple of stamina issues there, I've noticed, and he's got some 16-year-olds joining it. No real amazing 16, 17-year-olds players, but he must have put in a lot of money into it. But you can see potentially he's got some good ones coming up. Again, I haven't had any reports from anyone about any former youth players who are doing really well, so please send them, or it's going to make me, again, guess about what's going on. As this is pre-season, there's not really much to report about in the leagues. There's no point me going in talking about the friendlies. But we'll have a quick look around the leagues, because some leagues have started, but of course in England it will be between Bournemouth and Tottenham again, I'm guessing. The Championship has started, as I noticed already. So that'll be quite good. We go to Italy next. And just checking to see, yep, that's working fine. And so Milan, will they hold on? But of course we've got 2 new sides, human sides now in Bari and Vitus will be trying to challenge these guys. But Italy has been well known to be one of the toughest leagues. And also Serie B, Juventus went down, one of the massive giants, one of the massive upsets. So will Juventus come back up to the league? I hope so, because they do not really deserve to be in Serie B. In Germany, it's a quite competitive league between Leverkusen, Schalke, Dortmund and Munich. Plus we now got Sandhausen joining them. And then in Spain again seems to be one of the quietest leagues of the main leagues. Barcelona, Atletico Madrid will battle top 2, but we've got Seville, Atletico, which is basically Seville B. So trying to see if they can cause an upset. In Serie B, we've got Zaragoza, who's the only side there. Yeah, and that's about it. And just out of interest, my Belgian league, we've got Antwerp, Marseille and Zulte. We've got now, this is a much shorter episode because again it's not really much going on. We'll do an International Cups special now, what's going on, because of course that's restarting. We haven't had any results yet, but it's interesting to see what's happening as the more sides come in. This is going to be a more competitive, much harder Champions League this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. Barcelona are the current champs, of course, but this year we've got teams like Inter Milan are now in, Bayern Munich are now in, Lazio, Man City, Dortmund, and this is just the qualifying round. In round 1, we've got some heavyweights. Barcelona, the current champions of the Champions League, PSG, Milan, Bournemouth, Tottenham. Bournemouth and Fritz. Let's see if Fritz's Bournemouth side actually wins the Champions League this year. In UEFA Cup, we've got various good sides there. In round 4, round 1, is the qualifying. We've got some really good sides coming into the UEFA Cup. So that will be interesting. My Dynamo Tbilisi, just remembered, are actually in the Champions League. We're in the second qualifying round, I think. Yes, we are. Second qualifying round. It'd be a miracle if we get into round 1. Funny enough, Antwerp are in the second qualifying round, and they are the champions of Belgium, so they don't. I thought it would be qualifying 3. Oh well, that'd be interesting. My Anderlecht side are in the UEFA Cup, and I think we are a level. What round have we qualified? Sorry, I'm just trying to spot where my Anderlecht side is. Are we in qualifying 3? Yes, I think we are in qualifying 3. Club Brugge. Yes, we're definitely in UEFA Cup. I just can't seem to find us. That's one way of finding out. If I just go to Anderlecht themselves and see who they've got, that's probably the easiest way of doing it. Yeah, UEFA Cup round 3. We're against this Estonians side. There we go. So we should win that and then get into the next round. Okay, and the last bit of today's episode. Today's episode is very short because basically there's not much going on because, again, not many of the leagues have actually started, and also I haven't had that many feedback from anyone, so I am making it short. So we'll go and Jerome, a new guy, so welcome to the game. He's at now he's actually told me how you pronounce their side. Difficult this one's we have two sounds, so you must be French. Gangon. Gangon? Where's the camp bit then? Anyway, he's asked me some questions, some interesting questions from the last part. So let's do a bit of answering and questioning and answering, which is always fun. He's played a long time, Soccer Sim, Ruby Soccer, and started back this year. So happy to be back. Great to be back. Great for you to come back. I'm glad. Thanks very much for enjoying the Phoenix episodes. Ask this one. You said a manager. Do not remember who they got too big to be in top 20 youth academy. I encounter to say now, putting 500k a week, but still not in the 20th. You advised me to use that money, stadium player, right? Yep. Which plants have chance to be in the top? It randoms because the problem is, even if you say you got 20 million and then you spend it on stadium expansion or buying a player and you get down to say 12, 13 million or even less than that, other teams might be doing exactly the same and they might get into the top 20 before you do. It depends on the other sides, but most of the time, if you got something like 13, 15 million plus and you spend it on youth academy, you won't feature in the top 20. You really need to be under, I think, 10 million. You have to have that little bit of a risk of spending a lot of money and a very remote chance of going bankrupt to get a really good youth academy rating. But even with a great youth academy rating doesn't mean you might get great youths. You might get one or two really good ones, or you might be lucky like Hammarby and get quite a few. Question 2, which is, if I just highlight it because I can see it. In episode 2, I saw an Excel table, the ranking of the top 10 youth academies. Is it something we can calculate for each team, or really difficult code only available by BK? It's only available by BK. BK is the only one that can give me the top 10 youth academy lists, which he just given me about an hour ago. So sadly, you can't do anything about that. So again, you need to reduce your capital to a probably 10 million or under. Spend most of it on youth academy, and then you'll see your youth academy rating shoot up, like what's happened to Dave's Hammarby side. I like when you show the assistant coach for some good players, the top 10 youth academies, then I can compare players with others. Yeah, I can keep doing that. Problem I've got is that no one is actually sending me players to look at. So I can't actually do it right at the moment. I'm just doing general, this player looks good. Let's have a look at it. Is he youth academy? Oh, he's not youth academy. And then I'll spend my Patreon coins to look at that for you. But again, I need people to send me feedback. Thanks Jerome, for that. Again, if anyone wants to ask me questions about the Phoenix series and how my game's going on, what they think is going on about the game, then please do what Jerome's done here. Send me a game post to my Dynamo Tbilisi account and just ask me questions, and I'll try to answer you on the episode. You've got 6 days to send me some questions, because the next time I'll be answering questions will be on episode 14, which is a week today. Unless I get, say, 5 to 10 questions, then I might do a midweek special of just answering questions. That'd be a great way. Another great way of you guys actually feeling that you're part of the series, because again, this series is made for you guys. And if I don't get much feedback, then each episode there'd be quite a small episode. So do what Jerome's done here. He's asked me some questions and I've actually featured it in the episode. So please send me questions about the game, what's my opinion about certain things. Also any questions about how the game works and stuff like that. If you're new, I'll try to give you as much advice as possible. But that's it for now. So thanks very much for tuning to episode 13. And the viewing figures for episode 12 were pretty healthy. We had over 30 views. Again, I will only stop if the viewing figures really drop down, because to me it seems like no one's interested. But thankfully at the moment it seems to be we're getting quite a few players coming in and watching the episodes, so it's greatly appreciated. Again, send me feedback if there's anything additionally you like in here. I forgot to mention Roland's Nime's Youth Cup is towards its final stages, and I think it's between. I can actually say it here now. He actually tells me. Nîmes. Oh, Nîmes. I got it kind of right. Nîmes and Inter Milan are the finalists, so we'll find out very soon who actually wins that. I'm sure Roland will send me a report. But again, yeah, send me any feedback about this episode, or any past episodes. And if you want me to answer any questions, then please do like what Jerome done. And if I get quite a few of them, we might do a special episode during the week, which I just answer the questions. If not, if we get one or two, then they'll feature in next week's episode, which is episode 14. But this is Donut Donny saying goodbye, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.